Welcome back to Rhode to Kerbin. This is episode, I think it's 19, I'm not entirely sure. I have been away for a while. It might not seem it to you because I think I put an episode out last week. But I actually haven't played on this save or in fact on Kerbal for about, 4 or 5 weeks now, or 4 weeks. I think I did a load of recording and then I've been doing editing over that sort of a week or 2 weeks ago. And then I've actually been doing a lot of work in the last couple of weeks, so I haven't even actually started the game up. Last time we ended up with an encounter with Ash, and somebody actually mentioned about these little sort of volcano things. They look really interesting. I want to have a good look at those. I've been having technical problems with this, primarily just glitches and things like that. I've decided to continue on until basically we have something that really just breaks and really annoys me, and we'll work around it. You know, we're a struggling space agency. So that's what we're going to do. So you'll probably hear me sort of raging quite a lot in these series. You'll probably see me challenging myself because the things are just not working. That's fine. We're going to see how it goes. You know, we're trying to get back to Kerbin. We're trying to get home. So I think this time we want to explore Ash. But last time, well, let's just say I don't think it went well. So let's start off with communications. I think we definitely need some decent communication. So this episode, we're going to work on that. So run the title card and let's get going. Right, so here we are in the VAB, and we've just checking over some of the things we got last time. We got these world's first milestones. You have escaped the gravity influence of Ash. Have I? Have I done that? I don't remember doing that. That's obviously happened because of the way that the patch conics was around Ash. I think we jumped in and out or something, I don't know. Or maybe it was when we had that interesting collision. Something's obviously flown off, but it's given us a reward, and I don't mind that. So we're no longer able to do the Ash probes, but I think that's because we have the mission. So there we go. So we have to, in 3 different biomes, highlands, coasts, midlands, lowlands. We have to go for one of the 3 of those. So we've got one done. We've got lowlands, need midlands and highlands. We're going to put that on pause. We've got these rescue Kermans I want to do at some point as well. We might plop those into a few other episodes. And what's this? Collect 0 to 50% of the surface sample mystery goo science on Lua. Okay, we're going to do that in the future as well. But primarily today, in this episode, I am going to try and embrace the Kerbal. We need to get communications around Ash if we're going to do anything. We're going to land those craft, and I actually would like to send a rover down because we haven't really used rovers. I'd like to send a rover down. So I need communications, and it's a long way out, and we had problems last time with electricity and stuff. So I'm going to knock together some probes. So what we want is, let's have a look. We want a probe that's going to give me SAS, yes, and does it have that? Right, that's good. That has prograde, retrograde, things like that. That does that. This one has stability assist, and that's it. And does it actually have it has cargo space, it has experiment spaces, doesn't it actually have a thingy? So do I have a reaction wheel? This is me relearning. We have a little reaction wheels that we're inline stabilizer. Is that the same as a reaction wheel? I'm guessing it is. What's that, 15, 20? Yeah, so it is. So we've got little tiny small ones. So how much is that weigh? That's 0.05, right? So that's 0.05. This is 0.07, and this is 1. You know what? I might as well just go for this. It's got a tiny reaction wheel. Doesn't really do much, but I don't need much. I don't need a lot of reaction, do I? That's 0.1. That's 0.1. I'm going to go for the hex. What we're going to do is we're going to build some little probes that we're going to put communications on. So let me see. This is going to have an hour of electricity at the moment, so we need to maybe bump that up a little bit, but we also want to have some sort of antenna communication stuff on. Now, let's see what we've got. What have we got that we can use? I want some sort of relay. There we go. That's a nice relay. We'll have this relay. We're going to have a couple of those, I think. We'll have some of those. They're quite nice. Could put that high gain relay. Is that a relay? Ooh. We don't need to go big, but that is cool. That is a really cool little high gain relay. And then we probably need something for Omni or Direct, but yeah, I think we're going to be okay with that. So we'll stick a couple of those on, and this I think maybe the aesthetics we want to go for is going to be a bit like the NASA sort of communication TRDS or something. I can't remember the communication system they've got. So we need some electricity. What have we got? We have not much in the way of solar panels. We could just stick some of those on. No, I like the idea of movable ones, so we're going to put a couple of those on. Right, what's that do for my electricity at the moment? It's perpetual. Okay, it's perpetual. That's wonderful. We've got loads. So we could stick a couple of those on. We could stick a rechargeable battery, but I don't need to. And what I actually do need is I want some little engines. What's our smallest engine that we've got? Let's go by size. We have the Mist, which uses monoprop. Okay. Oh, we've got this one. This has got a nice little... This is the aphid. The aphid has a lot of positive to it. And of course, we don't need... let's put some fuel on. We don't need RCS because we've got a little reaction wheel there, so that's not a big issue. We're not going to be docking things. If I stick an Oscar on there, what does this give me? It gives me 700. That's more than enough to actually probably capture in orbit and do orbital maneuvers. I'm not going to capture with this, but yeah. What's the mass of this? This is 0.5 ton. So what I'm looking for is, let's have a look. We want 2 of those. We're going to put them up here, like so. And then I want, you know what? I could put 4 of these on, couldn't I? If I did a pair, and then another pair, like that. Yeah, that'd be quite nice actually, wouldn't it? That starts to look quite cool, and then when it's extended, extend that. When it's extended, that's the sort of arrangement it gives us. Right, okay. So I'm gonna base it all on this, I think. So let me put a few of these together, and I'll get back to you as we start to look at what craft we're gonna launch them on. Right, so I've taken our satellites, I've encased them in a shroud there. You're not going to get to see it. I don't know what color I should go for. Should we go for, I don't know. Do I like, ash is hot, so we're going to have, yeah, that's a good idea. We're going to save this. So this is AshCom1. So I have a selection in there. You get to see them once we've launched. So we've been using the same launcher over and over and over again for our stuff around Rhode recently. So I want to do something different. I want to keep changing it. This is not Realism Overhaul. It's not, you know, any of the other series. This is, I've got all these things to use, so let's use them. So what have I actually got? That's a 400. So I want to go for size. What have I got that's bigger? Is that's more of the size I want? Have I got bigger ones than that? Yes, I do. I have that one. What is this? Is this that's a thingy like that? That's a very thin one. So is that the biggest I have? The biggest I have is those. What's this one like? That's a bigger one, right? So the biggest I have is this one. So we're going to use those. And we want to have, this is our transfer stage, our capture stage. So we want about, I don't know, 1,000, maybe more than 1,000. 1,000 meters per second, 1,000, I don't know, 1,200, 1,100, I think would probably be about okay. So let's go, let's see, what have we got? What engines have we got? This is normal fuel, so we want a nice good ISP that's going to be for vacuum, and I don't want anything that's you know, whatever. So let's have a look. This thing is monoprop. Right, let's go for bigger stuff. So this is Sphinx, don't know what you are. You use normal stuff, 330. You are 400. You are liquid hydrogen, so I can't use you. Terrier, I could use a Terrier. Let's see what a Terrier does for us. A Terrier, it gives me, I don't know because I haven't got it on there. Where are we? There we are, Terrier, there we are. That gives us 2,000. Really? Wow. So that would actually get us, to sort of orbital. But the other thing is we actually need to put in all of our electronics and communications into this area here. So if that's going to be our payload up, it's more than enough to finish off a burn and then take us there and do all the things we want to do. So that's a really nice actual little stage there pushing us. Just need to make sure, do we have how do I stop bleed through? I don't know if I can. Anyway, we'll just assume that we have all of the powers in action there. So it seems a lot of thrust for that. Anyway, let's have a look. Can I do anything interesting? Yeah, there we go. That's a nicer change. Right. So there's the Terrier. We could have the Terrier. We've got some solids. We've got the torch. So what's the Terrier? The Terrier is 345. 335 for that. It's maintained. We've been using the Pug, I believe, which is 330. So the Terrier is a bit of an upgrade on that. We've got all these extra engines. We've got the swivel. We've got the classic swivel. I think we're going to use those for takeoff. We have the Poodle. Poodle be too big, is it? Can I shrink the Poodle down? I could. Now is the Poodle too much? Because this is going to take 4 minutes to do anything. Whereas the Poodle needs a minute. And it's a lot of thrust. Where's that? Where we go? Get down here. Oh, now that's interesting. So obviously when we decouple all those, right? So that's 1,000. So actually the Terrier would be better for fuel efficiency, I think, but not much. Not much. And what's our mass looking like? 9 tons versus. Yeah, we're going Terrier, and we'll put our solar panels, things like that, around here. Right, so that's that. So now we're going to get that into orbit somehow. So first of all, let's get our solar panels on there. Where are we? We're going to go with these ones again, and I think I like the idea of having these probably the other way around. Yeah, like that. And then we're going to just set them down around the engine in a really not sort of healthy way, because once we're in orbit, we'll actually unveil this and stick out some antennas, so that will actually be our comms system. So what I would like to do is stick some basic communications. That's going to do that. That's going to give us lovely electric, hopefully. Right, so there's that. We're going to have very slow turning, but again, we're not worried about that. We've got time in space. That's not a big problem. Right, so we retract that into that space. That's nice, that's lovely. All right, we now need another fairing. So let's have a look. Fairings, go for the biggie one. Is that you? I believe it is. I'm going to need a decoupler to go on the bottom of this, and I don't want a shroud on this because it's going to be horrible if I put a shroud on it. So let's have a look. Coupling. Nice sort of sized decoupler. There we go. That's quite big actually. I'm being overly generous with myself there. It's the same one. Stack separator is about the right size, isn't it? So this one. There we go. There we are. And then this is just going to go up to here, like so. And that's that. That's that going to be done. So we have this. Got the separator. Same time as that engine fires. Then we've got this one, which is the shroud for that. Okay. So this shroud can actually go around here, like there. There we go. Right. So that's that done. That is our on-orbit bit. We've got to get this to orbit. Right. So what we're going to put underneath it? Well, we're going to get some more of these. We'll just do an alt and grab that because I don't need all this other stuff. We don't need all this. So I think I need about 3,000 meters per second to get to the older orbits. So what have I got? I've got Valiants, which are okay. I've got another Valiant which seems to be uprated, which is not as good. So that's a Valiant, but it doesn't give me much thrust, does it? What's it compared to? Let's have a look. Swivel. Swivel is, yeah, so we don't want the Valiant actually. We'll go for a combination of swivels and, have I got, what am I looking for? Reliance, that's what I want. So let's, first of all, let's save this. Let's get a copy of that. Put a couple of those there. We're going to put Reliant in the middle. We're going to put some swivels around the side. Oh, no, we're going to put some swivels. We're going to put a swivel in the middle. Where's my swivel gone? Hello, swivel. Hello. Buzzard, Sphinx, Vesuvius, Reliant, swivel. We're going to put you in the middle there. Right. So you give us half the stuff we need, and it's in 2 minutes. I quite like that. So then we'll put a big stage underneath that's a bit more bulky. Right. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to copy this stage entirely. In fact, you know what? I'm going to copy it from there. So we're just reusing our staging plan. We'll get rid of that shroud. Don't need that. What am I allowed? I'm allowed a mass of... I'm unlimited because I've got all the money to unlock these things now. Right, so that one's up there. This one here, that's that. So I want that, and that one there as well. Okie dokie. So this actually needs to come off or be augmented. But what we'll do is we'll pull that down. We'll get some more tanks. Right, I think that's more than enough if we can actually get that up. That one's got thrust. Okay, this is the problem though. I need to get some extra thrust on this. So let's put 3 reliance or 2 reliance. Will 2 reliance do? Yeah, 2 will do. And that now gives us this odd shape. Let's see, can we change the... I don't like that. Can you give me... There we go, we'll have that. And then we'll do the same with this one. Right. However, I need something to maybe sit on top of these because this is horrible. So let's just make it look nicer. Now let's have a look. That's 2. That's 300. That's 3,000. I think I want a little more. So we're going to put another tank on. Okay. That gives us just enough takeoff thrust. And I want some little tanks. I could use something like that if there was smaller. Hemispherical liquid fuel tank. Is that going to work for me? No, it's not. So hemisphere too big. Something a little smaller. A little. Is that going to work? Would that work on there? I don't know. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to pull these out a little bit. There we go. They would actually sit inwards, wouldn't they? They would actually. You could actually do that, but that's very tight. I don't like that. So we're going to put them there. And let's have a look. What have we got? Let's go for sizing. So I've got a little Oscar tank that could potentially, and if I want to attach that to hit the alternates, I could do something like that and then put like a hemisphere on top, like so. Gives it sort of buttocks almost, but I don't know if I like that. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's okay. Right. So we have on our stages, let's check this. Got these light, then we go into this stage here, which is going to take us into orbit. So that's going to be hopefully enough. That's going to be one of the, yeah, that should be enough there to get us to orbit. Then we have this stage, which is on orbit, taking us to destination, and then we're sorted. Right. So I just need to draw this. Let's see, I want to build fairing. There we go. Right. This is a bit of an interesting craft. So it's 53 tons. This might actually be the biggest craft we've built. It's also very different to what we've done before. It actually looks a bit like the sort of thing I would put together in Realism Overhaul, which is quite odd. Right. And we need to have some launch clamps. Where are my launch clamps? Do I have them? There we are. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to put, let's see, put it on the main structure. We'll put one there, and then I will have just one of them further up just to steady the ship, as it were. We're going to be turning that away, so these on these side are fine. Right, I think that is us done. Right. I'm going to join you at the launch pad. We're going to launch this thing, I think, once we make sure everything's right. Yeah. Right, let's launch this. Let's hope it doesn't go horribly wrong. Welcome to the launch pad. We are ready to launch. I haven't named this launcher, actually. We should probably name it. If it actually turns out well, we might use it for other stuff. So I don't know. We might augment it, might change it. We might just throw it in the bin. So let's see. Let's launch this thing. Engines are on full power. Let's go. Fire things. Yes, let's go. Right, I'm going to tilt it just to there to start. Just a smidgen. Just across, just a little bit. There we go. Just to start the turn. And then we're going to pop it onto the prograde. So we're just going to let it ride itself up a little bit. We're keeping our eye on the apoaps. I'm trying to remember, it's about 50 kilometers the atmosphere here, isn't it? So anything above 50 kilometers would be very nice indeed. We'd be looking for that. We're turning over reasonably fine. We look as though we're pretty much on the margins, on the center. We are gaining a little bit of inclination, but it's not terrible. It's like 1 degree, something like that. I don't really mind that. That's not killer for us because we're going to do a transfer, and we've got we should have Delta V to sort of fix that once we get to Ash. We'll have to have a look. So we're just going on up there, going up nicely. I'm hoping that we're going to do a nice gravity turn. I have yet to touch the controls after that initial touch going up there. Loving the view here, actually. Look at that. That's stunning, isn't it? I actually need to get some planes out. Maybe we'll do that in the next... I keep saying this. Maybe we'll do that in the next episode, but when we put a rocket plane together or something. So there we go. The two star suns, Sun 1 and Sun 2. I don't know what they're called. And that's Lua. We now know that's Lua. That's a beautiful picture, actually, isn't it? Look at that. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. So, we're going to wait until we get to about 50, and then I'm going to cut the engines, I think, and we'll just coast it on up. Or actually maybe 60. Maybe it's a 60, that's better. Or actually, you know what I could just do? I could actually just take manual control and pull it down now, like so. And just do this. And actually, 60, 70 is not a problem, is it? There we go. Trying to sort this inclination out just a smidgen. There we go. Right. We'll actually shut the engines down for a minute and decouple. So now we've got this. This is our swivel again, and we're going to wait until we get out of the atmosphere. Because of course this is not realism overhaul, and in realism we wouldn't do this, we'd have continuous burn, but we don't have ullage or anything like that, so I've not really got much problem with this. So what we're going to do is we're also going to, I think I'm going to get rid of this fairing. There we go. Oh no, what have we just lost? What did I just lose? Oh, this is why we've got extras. What have I lost? Right, I've lost the communications on one of those, so the clam fairing has ripped off at least one set of comms system. Right, okay, that's not good. That's really not good. So this, which one is it? This one here is pretty much spent now, so we're going to actually extend its solar panels because it has no purpose for us at all anymore. What is that? Bits of stuff floating away. Oh, that's terrible. Well, if I was a restarting sort of guy, then I would restart this mission because I think that's a little glitch. But you know what? I'm not restarting this, and we actually need to turn around quickly because I need to get this thing to orbit, and we're not going to do that if I don't turn around. So maybe we'll just give it a little bit of burn. Help, come on, swivel, get us round, swivel. There we go. That's good. And then let's just fire those engines really quite fast. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Lots of fast burning of the engines, get us into the orbit there. Right, so we've now learned that we can extend these antennas. Actually, these ones are okay. We've learned that that could have gone a lot better. In fact. That is a problem for us, isn't it? Yeah. Oh dear. So we've lost... We had 5, and you can now see them actually. I put 5 of them on here because I didn't know how many I'd need. 3 would be my minimum, 2 would be the bare essential. 4 was my ideal, 5 was so I had a spare, and luckily we have a spare, so that's a positive. I'm going to take manual control so I can just pop this over the horizon just a smidgen, gain us a bit of altitude, a little bit there. Just got to stay above 60, that's what we're looking for right now. And what we could actually do is rotate this around just a smidgen. There we go. That's better. Nice, like that. And right, we'll end that. Right, we are now somewhat in orbit. However, we are going down, so I need to pop this onto there and do that. And I want to make sure that we don't go too far down. So let's have a look. What we could do is do a radial outburn. I'm not opposed to that. In fact, let's do that. Let us do that. Radial out. So what we're doing is we're going to position ourselves to burn away from the planet. It's not that effective, but to be fair, we've got 900 meters per second delta V left, so I overdid the delta V on this quite considerably. Although I'm still learning. So what we've got 900. I suppose we've lost fairings and things that we did have that were quite heavy. So yeah. There we go, it's burning outwards, and you can see that's coming down, that's going up. No, it's not. That's not working for us. Oh, now we're going up that way, right. So now I need to, let's see, 6 minutes to Apoaps. So we can now prograde it again. And this is not the most pretty of launches, obviously. We had problems. I actually got over-focused on the damage to this, and we were actually late doing our burn, which is actually where the problem has come. This is like a really bad Centaur launch where we're going higher and then higher and blah, blah. You could not do this in real life with non-restartable engines. Quite simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to just warp forward just a smidgen. Primarily because I want to get towards that apoapse, and once we're at the apoapse we'll circularize, and then we can have a look on the map screen and see what's going on. So let's just spin around, doop-a-doo, get to about what now? There we go. This thing will sort itself out, and then we're just going to put a tiny little burn in actually once we get to the right position. So there we go, and you notice there's a lot of jumping. Do you see that when I put time warp on? The craft jumps. I wonder whether that is actually persistent rotation playing silly with me. I'm not entirely sure, so let's do that. Pull it up to, there we go. Okay, that's not brilliant, but yeah, whatever. In fact, you know what, can we turn, no, we're just going to keep it this way. Right, let's have a look on the map. So we've got Lua with some of its orbital systems, we've got Ash with some of its orbital systems, and now we're going to go to, not Ash, Armstrong. So we're going to Ash. Right, what's our inclination difference? We have an inclination 3 degrees, that's not bad. Right, it's all the way out there, so I want to do a burn around about here. Is that right? About there. Nope, I don't want to go to there, I want to go here. Right, add maneuver. So, let's have a look. What's this going to do for me? Okay, that gets me an encounter. That gets me quite a good encounter, actually. Right, now, I'm going to focus view. Which way am I coming round? Really? Is that the right way? Yeah, it is. I want to come round. I want to come round that side, don't I? Right, so let's do a little playing around with our stuff. So maneuvers, I'm going to... Thank you. Right, maneuvers, I'm going to do that way. I want to go more this way. Right, oh, that's polar. Oh, that's horrible. Right, pull out. I think we're going to have to do a little bit of... that's just going to be worse. Oh, there we are. That's helping. That is helping. That didn't. What am I doing? Where am I going? Come back. Come back. There we go. Right. We need to get a little bit more refined on our things. Can I actually fix this at all? No, not like that. Bit of this. Will a bit of this work? That's not working very well. Let's I could just go polar, but I don't really want to. Oh, now that's interesting. Right, okay. You know what? Let's zero this and get back to here. Right, so this is what we're on. I'm happy with that because I think we can probably, I can probably fix that from here. So that's not a big issue. We can actually use this stage to actually carry out that burn as well. So we're actually gonna have a load of delta V when we go out there. So let's just do that. Right. Accelerate me to the node, I guess. Yeah, we're going to use this this stage, which is not what I originally planned. And interestingly, I wouldn't have been able to put these solar panels out if we hadn't had that accident, because I wouldn't want to unfurl them and risk damaging them. However, because of the accident, we've now got a situation where potentially we're actually going to be able to do a bit of a better, a more efficient. Well, we're going to make use of our resources, which is an interesting one, isn't it? It's a bit like a backwards Apollo 13, I think is what we're going to call it. Backwards Apollo 13, although there's no crew, so you know. Right. Come on, get onto the target, please, and stay there. The big problem is we've got a very sluggish craft now, because we've still got this extra mass at the back that I didn't plan on having, and I should have probably put reaction wheels on this if I was going to do it. Right. So just balance that out a little bit, please. Let's have a look. I want to start in a new. Oh, interesting. Have I turned something off? Interesting. Because I was getting burn times and things. Maybe that's in a later version. I just got used to playing the other series. Right. Start that burn. Get it going. We are going to have more than enough delta V on this, so this stage is going to basically be going flying into space. That's what we're going to do in future. Is basically we're just going to get rid of it, and then we'll use this up stage for all the capture and orientation, everything. And we can unfurl its solar panels as well, so that'll give us more power. What's our power looking like? We're on full power. Yeah, we're getting lots of power. We don't have any experiments, and the experiments are the things that take the power, and we don't need to worry about that. Right. Let's probably jump to the map screen now and actually have a look at what we're doing. See, there we go. It's amazing actually how once you get out to about here, you really just accelerates rapidly. And there we go. And we can just bring this in. And the question now is going to be, how far in do I want to go? We'll go to there. That's okay. Right. So with that done, we can decouple. There we go. Right, that's going to change our orbit a little bit, is it? Yeah, we're okay though. That's fine. That is good. Right. And we're now controlling from there, and I want to put out my other stuff. So this stage doesn't have its own communications either. It just has the top one of these craft that's actually doing the communication for it. And that was planned. I didn't want to overdo communication on everything. I mean, what we could have done is actually, once this is in orbit, we could have actually had on this stage down here maybe some big sort of relay dishes and things, and it could have been just a distant relay that these were working both ways with. And that's an idea you could do, but maybe in the future, if I was doing it, I'd probably do that again. But I wasn't really thinking, if I'm honest. Right. So we're going to come in here. So let's go to here. Warp there, please. Do. See, our signal's getting weak. That's interesting. But we're connecting there because we were connecting through that system there. Now, as long as we keep a signal, we're okay. My concern is that we lose our signal. We'll hit the At key so that we can focus on our craft. There we go, and it's coming in. Right. So we want to capture first of all. So let's do that. Add maneuver. I just want to capture. Give me a capture. There we go. That is a capture. Anything is that. And we want to be retrograde, and I want to do that. Right. We're spinning because persistent rotation. Now, where's this planet at? Where are we? There's something. Where there's Rhode. We should be near it. Where is it that I just cannot see it because of the fact that the sun is in the way? Is that the case? Where it should be the opposite side to the sun. So let's have a look. There's the sun's. I can't see it. Is it just really dark? Is that the problem? Is it such a black ball that I can't see it? I don't know. That's Lua, and that's Rhode and Lua. So where is it? Is it? Whoa, okay. How did I not see you? Please play back the video at that point and tell me how I did not see that. I literally spun round multiple times. How are you not visible? How are you not visible? Seriously. That is an interesting piece. I wonder if it was taking time loading up. Let's just assume it's a ghostly planet that vanishes occasionally, which is quite terrifying, actually. Right. Fire my engines. Capture me, please. Right. This is getting to be a long episode already, isn't it? So, there we go. We're captured. Next task. Let's have a think. What do I want to do? I want to align myself with Rhode, actually, or with Lua. Set as target. There we go. So at this point here, there, add maneuver. I want to flatten that out. There we go. Do that. Flatten it out. Oh, this is energetic. This is very energetic. But we've got the fuel. What I should do is actually do it over there at the further out point. This is really wasteful. But yeah, let's have a look. So what's this going to do for me? This is going to say that my inclination is down to 3. Okay. 4. What if I... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No, give that back. Right, what if I do it a bit earlier? or later? Right, okay. That's the best time to do it, isn't it? Right. And what you can do is you can just play around with this over and over again until you get it as close as possible. So what I've done there is I've looked down the bottom here at inclination, and I've got that as low as possible using the normal, anti-normal, and then I just move the node. Now I could actually just calculate where the node should be, but I'm not doing that because I'm annoying. So right, that's not going to help me. So I think that's as good as I'm going to get. Right, that's as good as we're going to get. Let's go to it. Oh, I'm actually there. Oh dear. Right, let's rotate. We're actually at the point where we need to do it. And of course, this is a point where I do not have the engine capability to do this the way I would really like to. So that's great. Yeah, this is where choosing those engines would have been better. It would have been a better idea to actually have chosen the other engines. So Z, fire that. There we go. And this may actually take multiple burns. It would probably, you know what? It would probably be more efficient if I actually went out there and did that burn separate. In actual fact, I could still do that. So what we're actually looking at now is that our inclination is coming down. We actually had a really bad inclination. We're actually, you know, over 50 degrees is horrendous for what we wanted to do. And I should have actually spent some time in Rhode orbit fixing that up, and I would probably have got a nicer encounter. I don't know how inclined this is to all the other bodies though, which is sort of important, I suppose. Because this might be on a slight inclination, I don't know, in which case any transfer to it is going to be interesting, shall we say. So we are now almost on top of that node. In fact, we're just past it. So we're actually getting less and less effective burns right now. So what I might do is actually stop this burn and do another one. Is probably what I should do, if I'm being honest. We'll get it down as low as possible. We've got loads of this, loads and loads of this thrust to actually use. Get it down as low as possible, then I can actually just refine it, or I'll just leave it as it is because, you know, it's not important. Let's go. What can I do? Can I do? Is it alt, isn't it? Yeah. We can do a bit of speedy uppy. I should have done that earlier. There we go. And then that's going to be about that. So there we go. Right. Now we could actually do. That's a descending node, so I want to be normal at that point. So let's have a look. There we go. We can just now pull this up, and that's almost perfect. Actually, it's a lovely little bit. So we've actually you know improved the situation by doing that. Right. Looks like a space station, doesn't it? Right. We need to just turn this thing around. It's only going to be a 3-second burn, but that's not a problem for us. However, we don't have any connection. Why do we not have any connection? Why is that? I do not know. Guess we're going to be cancelling this one then. Right. Are we out of range? Right. We'll keep going around until we get connection. So we do not have the range on this craft to actually do that signaling all the way out here. So we may need to improve our communications around Rhode, which might be required. Let's think about it. Have we actually got anything coming out? We are out of signal. Are we out of power? No. Right. Oh dear. I'm assuming that we can get signal with these craft. I'm assuming that we've got range. Probably should have checked. Okie doke. I think we need to do a little bit of a test and figure out what are we actually signaling to. We're trying to get back over here. That's lure. That's that. Are we signaling via lure is the question that I've got. That's the big one, isn't it? Or we're going off that base, so we're actually not relaying. That's interesting. So it should appear soon. Are we getting it? And what about now? There we go. Right, so when we've got connection down there, yeah, interesting. When we have connection down there, That's fine, but we do not have the systems in orbit to actually provide us with connection at the moment. So we're going to need to put some decent orbital communications up there. Okay for Armstrong and for Lua, but for this sort of flight, not going to happen, right? So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna cancel that, and we're gonna put a new one in. That's right. So let's fix this straight away. Do that straight away. Get that 2 at the right thing. We're gonna do this. Hopefully, we're gonna have signal when this comes round again in an hour. Right. Go 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 gadget. Could have done it on the other side. We lose signal. We get it back. There we go. Perfect. Right, let's get this done. I think we're going to end the episode with this situation here, because we need to actually end the episode at some point, and then you can maybe see me fixing the communication situation next time. But this actually brings us about the whole reason we've had problems, obviously, is that we're getting intermittent communication. Maybe that was the problem with the last episode, maybe, I don't know. Right, so we're going to launch this thing up. We're going to fire these. There we go, all done. Wonderful. We're now on a 0.2 inclination. That's close enough for us. So what I will do is we will that's going to stay. I'm going to try and decouple one of these craft. So decouple that one. Oh dear. Oh, that's gone horribly wrong. Right. Yeah. Okay. Would it have been better if I'd actually put these down first? Or are they just going to get ripped off? That's the question. Right. We have positioned them in the worst possible way, haven't we? Let's see. Can we even get a couple of these out? We may have to relaunch this mission. Alright. Are these going to bounce? That's the question. So, decouple. Okay, that one isn't so much of a problem. So if I do that, oh dear, there's so much rubble. There's so much stuff everywhere. Oh, so much things. Right, just do that. Just flip it out. There we go. Oh, it did itself. Okay. All right. So we'll just extend solar panels. Extend solar panels. Extend solar panels. Extend solar panels. Right, that's one of them done. This is how can I want to get back to this. How do I get to this? Surely I can see you. Relay. Right. On this, shall we say, slight bombshell, I'm confused. It will not let me jump back to that craft. So Ash relay, Ashcom 1. There we go. This should be. There we go. Right. Okay. So let us. We could do that one. This one has communication and a solar panel. So let us see if we can get this one out as well. So decouple that. Right. Okay. And then we can just do this. Can we do this? Is this going to do it? Yeah, there we go. Right, worst design ever. Note to self, don't do this again. This bad. Bad. There we go. Right, we've got that one. Right, this is this one. So this one needs to have its solar panels put out. Oh Lord, this has gone horribly wrong, hasn't it? Oh, it was such a good plan, and then we just, you know what? Note to self. Think about how they're going to be removed. You know, in an ideal world, this just vanished, but it won't. So I should have stacked them on top of each other and not had all of this truss sort of stuff in place. So the positive of this being damaged is gone. So we've now got 3. We've got 3 of them that we're going to be using, and we don't have anything else. So we're going to be figuring out what on earth is going on. I'll actually focus view on there. How do I aim camera? Aim camera. There we go. Right, we're going to detach you as well. So we'll decouple you, and then we're going to Oh, do that. Do that. That. And that one. Right, so we need to get you need to extend solar panels. Right, so we now have some form of communication around Ash. This is terrible. They do look cool though. I mean, they look really cool. They do look really cool. All of them look really cool. So they will get a connection from Rhode. They'll get a connection from Rhode. We've got all this junk around now. We should really rename these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename these, get rid of the rest of the junk. We'll leave the other stuff in orbit, some of that there. Next episode, I think we need to fix the communications around Rhode. So, from me until next time, oh dear, have a great one.